Final Pogba will leave it for Rashford. He strikes. Oh, it's a goal! Staying on his feet this time. They went for Martial. Lovely touch by Fernandes. Cavani! Rashford all the way across goal. What a finish that is!
Welcome everybody and welcome to All In, All United. Now guys, the football season has come to an end, all right? But that doesn't mean that we stop talking about the club that we love, eh? So we're here to do some talking about, this season now we in the transfer season. Now we know, guys, that this is sometimes one of the most frustrating times for some fans. And for others, exciting because they like to just involve themselves in the transfer talk and, the rumors and so forth and things like that. So that's what we're here for. So before we get into it, guys, we have, somebody debuting with me. We have Kristen on the inside. So Kristen, welcome, buddy. Again, yeah, 2 seconds to just say something about yourself. So that people who new to the show or who always hear me for the first time will know where you're about. Go through.
Yeah, I'm Kristen. I'm currently a fourth-year medical student, and I love football and I love Manchester United.
Yeah,
nice.
Minimum 2 seconds. You take that 2 seconds. Hard, boy. Nice.
Best way to start off your debut, man. Best way to start off your debut. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, man.
How things, Nico? How things on your side? What vibes?
Well, this COVID and everything else is lockdown and presently is work.
All right, Greg. How things with you?
But it's been a very weird 2 weeks for me. A couple of friends of mine lost their parents to COVID, so I'm just been consoling people, and
wow.
it's just been tough all around because I haven't been working as much. I'm supposed to start back this week coming, so that's a positive going ahead. But I'm not just trying to do what I could, enjoying the Euros, enjoying the Copa America. I'm currently watching Colombia and Ecuador while we're doing this, so double duty right now.
Right. And I mean, that thing about football is bring, some kind of sanity to, some chaos sometimes now, that kind of calming peace. So, I mean, I know COVID doing its bit, but at least we have the football to distract, from all that going on around us,
For real.
Hi, Karina. Good night. Thanks for joining. You keep safe as well.
Yes, Karina. Good night.
So guys, without further ado, let's get into this mix now, because as we talked about it before, we're in transfer season. We know, all kind of things that be flying around here. All kind of things be flying around the place. Yeah. And when you see it's Manchester United they're talking about, they want to link us to everybody so that they could sell the papers and they could sell the news. So let's do what we'll do, how we'll do it. We'll talk about some of the ins, what we would like, what looking close, what looking actual, some rumors, and we'll rate every in until something confirmed and we sign somebody, So, I mean, first and foremost, let me talk about we first target and where we at with that. The main man who we wanted since last season. And I don't know if this is going to be a saga again. I don't know if they're going to get wrapped up. But let me talk about Jadon Sancho now, y'all. So, Greg, get we started.
Boy, the amount of pong that we get for last season for not signing this, man. I just really hope we get this one over the line. Yes, but according to what we hear in reports saying that it seems to be very close. That it's at least 95% done from what I understand. It's just a matter of the structure as regards the payments so far could be done, could be what's taking it, what could be holding up everything. I mean, anybody who watched the game today in the Euros, they noticed that Jadon Sancho wasn't even in the starting lineup or even on the bench. So that may raise a few questions here and there. So you're probably wondering what's going on. He didn't report to be injured, but it lends to you thinking, all right, this thing could be getting closer, and they're saying it could be probably next 24 to 48 hours. So I just waiting to see what comes of that.
Yeah. Nico, you want to jump in on this one?
Yeah. Well, jumping on target on Greg in terms of Sancho not being in the squad. I don't know if that is because I signed up for United, because I doubt you would put signing for United in front of playing for your national team, in a tough game as the Croatia game. So I know Reams always has some type of information in terms of maybe why he wasn't he didn't play, he didn't travel, maybe he would have been too attacking, would have exposed the team. I don't know, but definitely it was a surprise. I getting some feedback on myself. Are you getting feedback from me?
Yeah, I think I hear it. But go ahead. I'll try to sort it out.
Yeah, it was definitely a surprise that he wasn't in the squad. If it is now, in terms of the transfer wise, definitely I think he would definitely boost the team. It could happen, Reams and I'm not a fan of speculation, and the transfer season and the chaos in the transfer windows where, as we know, United linked with every player, because every player, as long as they link with United, whoever club they really want to go to might end up having to pay more. So I think it's just the dark arts at the transfer windows now, and Manchester United name had a call somewhere in there. So I'm not a fan of the transfer window at all. I just normally just wait to see what happens and then run with that. But definitely, I think Sancho could be one that could possibly happen.
Talk to my Kristen. What do you think? Where is your thoughts on this whole Sancho thing?
Well, I mean, it's a real long saga. I'm hoping he already signed because he's a good player. But like, I saw that we agreed terms last year, and I see new terms now, like $350K a week, which I find is plenty money. I think only they here getting more than that, but it's $375. And the jersey number he gonna get is what? Like, I don't know what he gonna take, because Cavani have 7, and that was the number he was promised. So
yeah, but in terms of him signing, you see it happening, or you think it'll just drag on and then we might probably lose out like we did last season?
Well, I mean, nobody in for him other than us, right? So I think that is why United didn't sign him yet. Like, if somebody was in for him, we might have passed the process, but like, I don't think how anybody link with them right now. They might try to negotiate with Dortmund to get the best possible deal now.
Yeah.
Piggybacking on just Kristen, if it is 350,000 a week, you're paying 350,000 a week to a player who not even in the squad for the Euros. Nah, man. That would be embarrassing, though. All right.
But if it's one thing with Manchester United, we just always put ourselves in a real, we call it a monkey pants with the kind of salaries that we offer players, and that does make it difficult when you're ready to offload players, because they're not willing to accept lower wages at other clubs. And you had to be like the whole Alexis Sanchez issue. We had to cut with losses, because it had no way Inter Milan was going to pay that kind of salary.
Exactly.
And I really don't understand why we just offer play. I don't even know if Sancho worth £350,000 a week, because he was on what? Like 190 at Dortmund?
So much?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't. All right.
So
I doubt he was making more than Royce. I doubt he was making more than Marco Royce.
How much Royce was making?
I think Royce was at least only making just under 150. I'll check them salaries and let you know. Give me a second.
Okay. But I was checking some of the news sources before we came on the live here, and what I saw on Jadon Sancho, they were saying Manchester United have been in contact with Jadon Sancho's camp over the weekend, right? With negotiations also ongoing between United and Dortmund, because I think personal terms were already agreed. Dortmund asking for £95 million, which we're working out to about 80-something million. No, they're asking for 95 million euros, which working out to about 80-something million pounds, right? And based on what we're seeing, or what I'm hearing, is that there may be a confirmation tomorrow that the clubs agree. All right. So I don't know. Don't take my word for it. Don't cut off my head earlier. I'm just saying that that is what being bandied about, that Manchester United and Dortmund have agreed. And this was his sticking
Right.
point since last season, right?
Yeah.
They have agreed on a fee, and the agreement will be announced tomorrow. So let's see how that goes.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
But
Before
this
we go
one-
any further, Nico, just like I said, I was able to pull up the wages for each of the players there at Borussia Dortmund currently. Like I said, he's not
Right.
making more than Marco Reus. Marco Reus's current wage is €210 a week. Well, £210 a week, I see in here. Mats Hummels is second with 175. Emre Can is third with 163. Jadon Sancho is fourth with 160. Erling Haaland brings up the top five with 100. Yeah, with 141 is Erling Haaland's wage right now at Borussia Dortmund. So you see, I doubt it would have made sense for him to be making more than the actual captain of the team. Yes, you're a star player, but
Okay.
Germany doesn't work that way. Germany, like, they paid depending on seniority as regards to the players, I think.
Okay. Well, that's some good information. Thanks for that, Greg.
Yeah.
Jody on the inside, thanks for joining, buddy. And we have PC Squared, as I normally like to call him. Thanks for joining.
Or PC Cubed.
Or PC Cube, whatever you want to call it.
Well, they'll be seeing PC 3 times, wouldn't you? I mean, I think that's how Cubed works.
Well, actually, it's PC.
Yeah, so it's actually 4
Oh,
times.
yeah,
So that's why
Wow.
I said PC Squared. You know? Hey, Rudy,
Interesting.
welcome back. Thanks for joining. He said, I think we will get him, but it would drag on. And that is what I do like. I looking at how other clubs like PSG, Barcelona, how they get their transfers done like that. I don't know why everything always have to be a saga
Yeah,
at Man United.
Hey,
You know,
Rudy,
sign right now. And Donnarumma already, right?
I could swear I hear Rudy's voice in my head saying, Sancho coming, Sancho coming. Believe me, Sancho coming last season. You know, Rudy, correct me if I'm wrong. You know, he's still waiting.
But Kristen, tell me something. What your thoughts on the way how we just do transfers at Man United? We like to drag things on. Why, boy? That's one of the most annoying things, and that is why I feel Nico, he gave up on the whole transfer window. You know?
Yeah, it's too much, boy.
Nah, well, I think it's because we don't really have a director of football, so like that is how we take so long with transfers and things. I mean, we recently hired one, I think.
Yeah, Murto.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Murto.
Right.
Yeah, and as Kristen was saying, that is definitely a point, because to me, let me say a director of football normally would be looking at players, you know, maybe having conversation with players, maybe drafting up contracts in the background. However, we just only seem like at the end of the season we looking at players. It doesn't seem like we have a plan in terms of players.
Yeah, and that real sickening, right? Real, especially when you see other teams, you know, showing that they have some kind of system, some kind of structure, some kind of plan, and we buying deadline day old men. I mean, Cavani turned out to be something good, but let me be real, that didn't look like anything was planned.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah,
thank God. But when you look at it, it didn't seem to us, and we are fans. We're talking about people who paid millions to transfer players and to strike deals. You will think that these things being done way in advance, not deadline day. And anytime I see a player getting signed on deadline day, 11:59 p.m., I know I nonsense.
I panic.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's saying, so if we know we want Sancho, then these things should have been happening since, let me say, Christmas. You know, for the latest, by Christmas, it should have had some negotiations going on. You know, so at least by now, or at least if you say by tomorrow, well, if you say tomorrow to confirm, well, then definitely they'll be doing some business for a while.
Yeah.
We have been
Now go ahead, Kristen.
chasing Sancho we've been chasing Sancho for like real long. Like, I mean, the player agreed he want to come, right? So you just had to sort out a fee with Dortmund, and like they reduce the price, and we still find a problem to sign him. So I don't understand.
Exactly.
That frustrating. You know, no. Let me.
How I see United's transfer policy does be going these days. Sorry, here's how I see United transfer policy. First transfer window, make contact, stall, talk about our fee, and then say, all right, you know what? Next transfer window, we go officially make the bid, then we go buy the player. It's like we just plan for something next year from last year. That's to tell you how we just operate.
Yeah. And we end up paying more.
But hear this, right? Hear this. Now, while that would have worked, Nico, because I agree with you. We beat around the bush for Maguire. We beat around the bush for Wan-Bissaka. We take longer than needed, and we still ended up paying exactly what the quoted price was. Yeah. But right, sometimes we just turn around and well, at least from what I've been hearing from some fans, we'll turn around and praise our negotiators, because when we look at the Bruno Fernandes signing, right, how much Sporting Lisbon wanted, right, versus how much we actually paid for him. People were calling Ed Woodward a genius, all right? And when you look at it now, we wanted Sancho last year. They were calling 120 million euros. There was no way they were going to pay that, even though I thought it was worth it. And Nico always said there's no money, so we can't get by the man.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
But look at I don't think the team did badly last season. And now we're coming in for him again. You know, we unchallenged as it would seem. And we're going to pay 70 something or 80 million pounds for him. So, I mean, and then them fellas still trying to negotiate down a price. Yeah. So I don't know if I'm going to be ruined dismissed or we crediting the negotiators for, being so good at negotiating. I don't know what you think, Christoph.
No, but our next thing too, we scout players like Jude Bellingham, Erling Haaland. They say we were scouting Sancho since Mourinho did, right? Why we let these players like go to other clubs and shine and then pay the big bucks for them when we could get them cheap? That's what I don't understand.
I guess sometimes, but then sometimes it's also the agent. So sometimes the agent would know the kind of talent that the player have, send them to other club, right? By doing that, you boost their value by about 100 million, right? And then United come and pay the money now. So all that has be tactics of agents also. Yeah.
But let me ask you something, right? Because we went in for Jude Bellingham, and probably, as Christian was saying, we wanted Jadon Sancho when he was, thinking about leaving Man City. But all I really think that if them fellas would say, well, hey, you know what, I'll choose Manchester United, they'll be as big as they are now. Because remember, Dortmund is a club known for for investing and gambling on young players, right? And buying small, buying for cheap and selling for big money because they really believe in youth players. Look at Bellingham. I don't even think if Bellingham had come to Man United, that he would have been playing in the Euros for the senior team. And that's just my opinion.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's
so
you kind of had to look at it from the perspective of how the Bundesliga is actually geared to begin with. If you outside of Bayern Munich, the likes of Schalke, the likes of Dortmund, the likes of Bayern Leverkusen, all those guys tend to have more homegrown products within their camps, and they'll give them more preference and more time as regards the games that they get. Bayern, on the other hand, supposed to be the big super team, so they could buy the world-class players like the Lewandowskis and the Coutinhos and the Goretzkas and all them fellas who could come from different clubs and compete for the Champions Leagues and all the other major competitions. So, in itself, for Bellingham's career, going to Dortmund seems to be the better move for him, because had he come to United, he might have probably languished within the under-21s or the under-23 setup, and he probably wouldn't have gotten into gear until he was probably like 21, 22, 23. And by that time, he might have been saying, hey, you know what, I could have probably already been making something, because he would have been able to play in the Champions League semi-final like he did this season. So, and now he was the youngest player ever to debut in the Euros. So you see how much of a breakthrough and how much development has been geared towards as regards having these players prepared for that level of impact. So I can't be mad at him for doing that for his career, but I think if United are serious, they have to kind of show that they have that willingness to invest and understand the talents that they have on their hands. Because you have players like Donny van de Beek, who established himself in Ajax and can't get a game. Jude Bellingham is 17, coming from Birmingham City in the Championship. They would tell themselves he ain't gonna be our next Dan James. He ain't ready for that level. So there's always a danger with those situations, with those transfers. There could be a hit and a miss because we may know the potential of the player, but given the situation and the circumstances within the team that we currently have, it may not work out for him.
Yeah, that's a very, very, very good point. So let me just get some comments and then we'll rate the Jadon Sancho, rumor, if you would call it that, right? Rudy saying, I don't know, I really hope we could wrap it up so we could make more signings. And this is very, very true because it seems as though Man United could only do one transfer at a time.
Exactly.
I
swear that yesterday we were talking about this.
Yeah, them can't do multiple deals. Them
chances,
I don't know. Hey Jody, what's up, buddy? He's saying that's why I stopped studying transfers for the past few years. I ain't losing no sleep over that, nah.
Yeah, I agree,
I
Jody.
blame you one bit, big man. I blame you one bit.
I just barely read it.
He also saying whoever comes in after I make my predictions based on the team, which I've been predicting correct from the beginning of the season. All right, now, Johnny.
Yo, man, how you know that?
Hey, Jazzy, good night.
Hey,
Thanks
good
for joining.
night.
Good night, Jazzy. Good night.
Hey, Nicholas Dream Chaser, thanks for joining. But he's saying when United approach a player, just because it's United, clubs tend to increase. Yeah, well, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Well, we know about. Let me talk about this Man United tax now.
I was not going to say that.
Why did it always feel so as Man United come in? We could pay an extra 20 million.
It all stems from Ed Woodward's statement all those years ago, talk about we can do things in the transfer window and that other teams can't. You basically dig yourself. You basically dig yourself in the grave. You dig yourself in a hole there and you can't get out now. So now every club is like, all right, well, screw you, pay me. So now everybody watching, they're like, all right. They're rubbing their hands. They're like, United, okay. Money coming through though. They're rubbing their hand like they're playing play. That's how bad it get right now.
Wayne Nicholson.
I think it started with the Pogba deal. With the breaking the transfer record for Pogba.
Yeah, but that statement was made before we bought Pogba though.
Yeah. I think that was happening before that. Even before I think we used to pay over the top for players. But I guess Fergie would have been there for a lot of the time, and long as Fergie want here, men don't come play for free. So I guess we'd have been getting through with some decent deals under Fergie. But after that, I think we would have overpaid for majority of the players. We would have got how much you pay for Dalot? About 20 million?
Something like that.
Right? Come on.
We paid 50 million for Fred, I think it was.
50, it was 57, I think.
That's who? So Fred. Yeah, well, 57. Yeah, Fred
looked like a $30 million player. Anyway,
that's our next discussion for next day.
Rudy saying they could have pushed and signed him, then send him on loan, a 2-year loan or something. Because at the same time, I don't think he would have even fit in our squad or what we needed at the moment. That's Bellingham he's talking about.
Yeah, most likely Bellingham he's talking about.
I think you see that move Sancho made, that will influence a lot of young talents coming out of England or even wherever. They would look to go at clubs where they know they'll get the opportunities to play, And I don't know if Dortmund would have been willing to take a player like Jude on loan to better him for somebody else, because their model is to buy cheap and sell big. So taking a player on loan not benefiting them really, if you look at it,
If you look at the trajectory that Bellingham might be on, if he continues in the standard that he's going to, you're looking at a player that might be all 60, 70, 80 million.
Exactly.
They want men to break their bank to get some of their players.
Yeah. The Vindra Basdeo, thanks for joining, buddy. He's saying any update on the Glazers out? Well, I don't know if he means movement.
I think he meant movement.
Yeah.
Anybody know about the Glazers out movement?
Well, the last I heard is that John Glazer did meet with the fans. I think it was June the 4th. They had a meeting with them to kind of tell them that, hey, we're going to try and do things better to kind of have better interaction with the fans. It was a whole heap of crap because
shares in the club also.
And they
But in
also
terms of-
made it abundantly clear that they're not going to pay off the debt. So, oh well, waste that time in my book.
I saw a rumor too where they're looking to like make a big signing to like please the fans, and they were saying Kane, but I don't know how sure that is. So probably the big signing might be Sancho.
So why they're signing
Sancho?
If
imagine
like
we get Kane and Sancho.
That could be it. But people saying if we get Kane and Sancho, they'll still hate the Glazers. You know. So I don't think Glazers can win.
You can't please
Right?
people, boy. You can't please people
No.
at all.
But I mean, for what they would have done to the club over the years, they owe me that without without any. All right, well, you're good. Be good now. You know.
Right.
I hope that would have answered your questions. You know, they said that the Glazers met with the fans and it had some discussions. So yeah, so thanks for joining.
Yeah, but remember, I tell you this right now. If and only if the Glazers tell me that they're buying Sancho and Kane, I heard for about for a good 2 years after that. Yes, I don't say that word.
They Premier League title right there, no?
Yeah, I feel definitely. If
we don't win, boy. We have to defend that boy. Good, but look, wicked boy.
No, but if you don't,
I think a defensive coach is more necessary because set pieces. We have too much tall players and we concede too much from set pieces. I feel like he needs to hire Ferdinand or something to like help with the defensive. Because I think most of the coaches, none of them is defensive coaches.
No, we are a physical. Well, I guess we will talk about defenders soon.
Yeah. All right, so guys, we running real poor with time at the moment because we only on Sancho and there's almost 30 minutes here. Let me just get through the comments and then we'll rate the Sancho signing and then we'll move on, right? Rudy saying, I mean, sometimes it's okay to overpay now and then. When we was dominating England and on a wider scale Europe, he's saying it does bring success too. I mean, look at City, Chelsea, and even slightly smaller clubs like Arsenal, man. Yeah.
But me saying no, you know, right? But let we overpay for quality now, and that's my problem. If we overpay for Kane, right, or we overpay for Haaland, we would accept that. But we can't be overpaying for Maguire and Wan-Bissaka, Chad. Oh gosh, come on, man.
Oh gosh. Jody's saying why people keep feeling strength in the forward line will bring success. And I tend to agree because as the great Sir Alex Ferguson say, you know, his defense is this win your championships earlier. Exactly. And the defense, as even Kristen mentioned it, we defense rarely key earlier. So, you know. Anyway, so here we're gonna do earlier. How much of the field Sancho happening? You know, let me rate it out of 10. Kristen, tell me.
And you guys in the comments, send your comments also. Send your number, let me know.
A 7 or 8. It's close. I show it close. I feel it close.
All right. Nico?
I'll get that 7. I think it's close also.
Greg?
I find these men sounding optimistic at all, boy.
I don't know.
I don't know about why.
I mean, I give it an 8 because the way things going, I think United in this too deep. Jody, boy. Anyhow, I get it. A solid 8, at least an 8.5 because I feel it right there. Right? He on the cusp. All we just missing now is the jersey in hand. That's all we missing now.
I say a 9.5. Right? Wow. And the 0.5. No, I'm telling you. I agree. The man there. My only thing is the 0.5 is because I know Man United could mess up things now, boy. You know, they agree with the fee, and then they go back and say, here we're going on. We know we agree 95 million, but here we're going on. They can take 90 and Dortmund say, here we're going on. No, we're not for this one.
Yeah.
But I think Sancho good as done. You know, Lavindra saying realistic after Sancho is only 2 more signings. Well,
Won't be
we
surprised.
hope for more because the team need more. Right? He's
Definitely.
also saying 7 out of 10. Kwesi, one.
Kwesi at Chelsea, man.
Wait, boy.
Kwesi, like you want to Chelsea? Kwesi at Chelsea, man.
Kwesi, watching the news. Kwesi, watching the news. Yeah, watching the news.
I feel so. I feel so.
Or is it that he just have no faith in our negotiators to go and get this deal done?
That's a belief.
Possibly.
That's a belief.
Yeah.
Right. So, guys, now that Sancho more or less, wrapped up, and well, I mean, I think within the next week we might hear something happening, right? Unless something out of the ordinary just come and happen and mess up.
I rebuke it in the name of
Let's
Jesus.
talk about and I think he might get unveiling a new kit.
Yeah.
All right.
Quincy self now say no faith to the border truth. You see what going on?
So we're moving on, guys. Right, we're moving on. So the next person that we have on the list here to talk about is, because we know one of the areas that we've been at for years on end after. I think it was after Ronaldo. We had Beckham, then after that was Ronaldo. And I don't think we ever replaced, in the wide right wing position. So that's where Sancho comes in, right? The next thing now is defense, central defense. Now we have been linked with 2 defenders. Probably you all could add in if you all would be aware of others, right? But the 2 real connections I'm hearing is Varane from Madrid and Pau Torres from Villarreal, the team that anyway, we ain't go back there, right?
Yeah. Let's not go down that road, please. Let's not go down that road.
I don't know.
Dark times.
So, Crystal, talk to me. I don't know where's your knowledge on Pau Torres links and the Varane links, but how you feel about those?
Well, I see the pushing hard for Varane, and it's because he contract nearly up. I think he have a year remaining, and he don't want to sign because I think Ancelotti is the new coach of Real Madrid, and when Ancelotti was there, they say he only played like 50 games in 2 seasons, so he looking to sign a new contract. Probably they give him more money, but yeah, he looking to move on. So that one seems it might happen. And well, the Pau Torres, I'm not sure on that, but to me, I think he's a good player, and we need a left-footed centre back. But he look kind of like Maguire, good in the air, but he lack pace to me.
All right, Nico.
The Varane, no, right? A big N and a big no, a big N and a big O, right? I think again, just is United. So yeah, it is the cash cow, right? So all this is the agents. They're paying things out there. So Madrid would pay up, and to me, you might see Madrid paying him up, and he's staying. As much as Christian would have said in terms of Ancelotti, I think he has matured. I think he's a seasoned Real Madrid player now than then. So I think definitely, in fact, I don't see him coming United. Pau Torres now is somebody I would like to come United, right? I would like Pau Torres to come United because I saw a bit of him. I even looked at Spain in some of the friendlies, and I was more or less impressed with him. I think possibly he might be a good fit with Maguire. I like him, so I hope it happens. But again, I have no faith. As Kwasi would have said, in the board to really get a deal done. Because we're taking so long with Sancho over 2 seasons, right? We can't get it done. Again, Torres over the line again. I have a question mark over that.
All right, Greg, go through.
But I mean, it's one of those situations where you know that this is an area that we seriously need to strengthen. So I think I don't know how much Oli could place much more emphasis on this even further. But if I could see the Pau Torres deal happening more than the Varane deal because it's more practical, and I think in itself, like Nico's saying, it could be Varane doing a tactic to kind of get the board to say, hey, give me a new contract, give me better wages, and either that or I could probably just go for cheap. Because if he refuses to go, allegedly, that Varane is available for around 40 million if he chooses not to renew the contract. But I'm not holding out any hope for that. Whatever situation arises itself, he would be a decent addition because I mean, this is a man who won the World Cup. He's a 4-time Champions League winner. You can't really discredit the pedigree of the player that we're looking at. But Pau Torres could be potentially a better version of that because he's somebody that's strong. He's somebody that can read the game well, and he's better in the air than Lindelof. I know that for a fact. So we ain't got to worry about too many defensive calamities there. But it remains to be seen what the board does. Like I said, I'm not holding my breath until I hear something a little more concrete.
I've always anytime it comes into players from big clubs like the Real Madrids, Juventus and stuff like that, I always tend to think that these players looking for improved contracts. Right? Now, I don't see Rafael Varane leaving Madrid to come to Man United. I just don't see that, especially when he ain't sure of what's going to happen with Pogba. You ain't sure what's going on in terms of whether they're going to strengthen the positions that they need to strengthen. You're going to be moving from playing with Modric, Toni Kroos, Casemiro, to play with Fred and McTominay. You understand what I'm saying?
Aging too, eh? Those are Modric and Kroos kind of aging too, eh?
Yeah,
but still the quality of them players, man. When they compare it.
But think about it too, he basically win everything in Real Madrid, so he might be looking for a new challenge.
A fresh challenger.
Yeah.
But at least look for a fresh challenge with a team with a little more quality in a way. Because Reem say, when you look at Madrid midfield and then you look at our midfield, you're shaking your head, you know?
So in my estimation, I've seen it happen with Sergio Ramos before because I remember it was last season or season before when Ramos
season before.
Right, we were linked with him, and whole season men thinking, wait now, and I think we had spoken about it in transfer talk here. What a Sergio Ramos would already offer, and then it was only for him to get a renewed contract, and he stayed there and whatever. I'm not really.
He's not the first to do it too, eh? He's not the first to do it too.
So I'm not really sure about Varane. I mean, I think he's a quality centre back, and if he comes, he will improve definitely. Right? On Pau Torres, from what I saw against us when he played for Villarreal in the final, he looked good. But then again, all the players come here and look like toots. So I don't know. I hear some names jumping up here, right? Jody saying, watch and see, we bring in Mings.
But still, Ole, I tell Reeves about Mings already, and actually, if he had a centre back for the Premier League, I take in Mings. But I don't know if he today in England. You see, that was
he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't really anything special. And 9 out of 10 times, if he get overwhelmed, he's a red card waiting to happen. Serious.
That's like a more composed by.
Yes, exactly. Because you have the physicality. What we need, he is good in the air, right? And he's quick over the ground. So to me,
but he also dirty to do when he playing, eh? He very dirty when he playing.
That's what we need. We are United too pretty. We like too much of fancy football, and everybody's with friend. We need our Mings.
But like in terms of again, a Premier League defender, I'll look at probably Fofana or probably Ben White. More than Mings. Ben
White do nothing to impress me. And then he played out a position whole season. He played right back when we need a centre back. So he still had to convince me. He might end up our next Phil Jones.
And then Fofana still young. Fofana's our next one. We ain't sure how you go develop over the next few seasons.
Fofana, and that's the thing with Fofana, because remember Fofana just came in and you don't want to risk it on a one season.
Exactly.
Even though that may not be a bad idea, because look at Kante. When Kante just came at Leicester, Kante win the Premiership with Leicester, and he went on to do real good things. Look at it now. So Fofana mightn't be a bad buy if we could get him out of Leicester, because he's very good.
Big if.
Jody saying Varane and Torres nothing. Are they listening to me or? They're just saying Sevilla Koundé. Hey, Koundé is a good
just Koundé,
option.
Yeah, but I hear Madrid looking at him, and anybody Madrid wanted us get it.
And the prices are next thing too, because I hear he touted for like around 60 million if you want for him.
And he might go Real Madrid for 20 million.
Exactly. And by the way, just to throw in another name that I saw we were also linked with is a player who's currently for Juventus, but he was on loan at Atalanta. I think it's Christian Romero. He was a centre back that played for Atalanta this season. He had some very good stats. Yes, I think he's supposed to be playing in Copa America tomorrow with them. So, but he had a very good season. So yeah, see, that just goes to show. I think he also scored about 4 goals this season for Atalanta as well too while he was there. Yeah. So it would be a good thing.
All right. Rudy saying my top pick for centre back would be Skriniar from Inter Milan. Yeah, he decent, you know. I mean, he
too slow. To me, Skriniar a bit too slow. I think that we will struggle with Skriniar. I liked him the last few seasons, but then because even for Inter, sometimes he's on the bench.
And next thing I saw, a rumor that Ole looking to play Wan-Bissaka centre back in pre-season to see how that work out. So
madness.
Things like that.
Hey, really, man always like to pull in the center. Eddie man always pulling in the center. Maybe that might work.
No, but he real weak in here. He's too weak in here to be a centre back.
Yeah, he can be a centre back. He can.
Yeah, his best attribute is when he's tackling and running at players.
Maybe in a back three, probably, but
even in a back three,
like that,
go ahead.
It'll look like if they're looking to do that means like we are looking to sign a centre back too when you see things like that.
It could still work out with the whole thing in Inter Milan because remember, if anybody knows, they still owe us about 45 million for Lukaku, so we could get somebody for that valuation. So you never know. We probably pay a little extra something, and then they just give us Skriniar, or even De Vrij is another option we could probably look at too.
But De Vrij does play plenty more football, so I feel we might have a better chance with Skriniar than De Vrij. But I like Skriniar, you know. But I mean, Nico say too slow, so and we need pace in the back.
That's true.
Because we can have football, we just play. Other teams play any counter right through. We need that.
Simeon saying here. So who's the third and fourth choice? That's who we get. No, but what you meant Bangal say that? And Bangal say that?
It's true. Simeon, right?
We had to go down the pecking order and see who's the third and fourth choice for every position.
I hope Mings is the fourth. I hope Mings is the fourth choice.
No, but Mings looks solid. Mings looks solid actually for the couple of games.
I'm telling you. That will be
Mings is a good player. Mings is a good player. I agree. He's a good player. And he mightn't cost much.
No, he ain't costing much at all. Nothing close to what the others cost.
Yeah, let me say a 40-50 million. Still a fair deal.
I still find that too much money, Nico.
And he left put it in.
Cost so much.
I paying 40 million for Mings, boy. Easy. With my clothes.
United tax again, dog. United tax again. Now going on there.
Yeah. Rudy saying here, Maguire carries the ball a lot. Imagine him at the back. I don't know if he means Skriniar, right? Imagine him at the back with Maguire. Jody saying, no, Wallet, don't get me wrong. You know. I would love to see those top players come in, but I know better when coming to transfers. There's Ings, Mings, Dings,
J-Lings.
Hey, watch man. I ain't playing nothing past Man United earlier. It's sad.
And that's what we're afraid of.
Yeah. Quincy, Ings, Mings, Tings, J-Lings, and Josh King because
we were linked with him too.
He get released from Everton.
Yeah.
Just so?
No, but I would take Ings.
Ings is not bad, but Ings' problem is the injury record.
That is it. That is it. You can't depend on him for like 2 games a season.
Yeah. No, but I was saying how we have Cavani, I'm hoping Martial rediscover his form. Ings will be a good option to bring out on the bench and thing. And he might.
Yeah. We'll talk about Martial just now, because I hear some talk about Martial. We go talk about her.
Yeah, and I think Ings have a year left on his contract, so I think 15 million might price him away. So
that's
not a bad option.
Not at all.
Not at all, yeah.
And them fellas go play for the club too. Because remember, them fellas expecting that kind of move. You know?
Yeah. The one he's an old Liverpool player.
That is it.
Hey Anderson, welcome, buddy. Thanks for joining. He's saying Varane is good, but if the team around him not good, he can get exposed. And that's what we were saying. You're moving from playing with the likes of Casemiro and Modric, and you're coming to play with McFred. Them fellas gonna make you look like a real tutu. Jody, Neko Fred getting on the Copa, eh?
I know, and he's starting to, eh? No, the man start the last few years of
I was
Brazil,
going to
boy.
pull some stats for Nico. I said, "I'll be
Yeah.
myself tonight."
No, the man starts against Brazil. I said, nice. I said, represent for United, boy, represent.
Some people say, you see, another thing with fans, eh? We real hot and cold, we real black and white because people saying when Fred playing good, people saying it's McTominay fault, right? When McTominay playing good for Scotland, they say McTominay playing a masterclass tomorrow for Scotland. They go say it's Fred. You know, Fred is the problem. Here we're gonna my solution. Get rid of two of them, right?
I don't think Fred is like we utilize him wrong. We literally look for passes and from Fred, and he's not gonna play.
Yeah, he has a break up.
We don't have a DM. We don't have a proper defensive midfielder, so his game will be handicapped because of that.
Yeah, he's a man that's running man like how Pakistan wants to just mark off a man in the game and then he passing in real poor, and that's why that is kill me. Cause
yeah,
that kill me whole season.
Let me just get some comments here, guys. Diane, welcome. Thanks for joining. She's saying evening, everyone. Trying not to get caught up in the transfer heartache. Yeah, because last season, what you remember when we didn't get sanctioned on deadline day, it dropped. Everything just.
I know about that. I stopped. Go ahead.
It had some people who I just wanted to say, "It's a tele we getting sanctioned," and I couldn't do that now, boy. She's saying trying not to get caught up with the transfer heartache, watching the Euros and salivating over players we probably will not.
Gosh, man, don't do yourself that. Just enjoy the games. Just enjoy the games.
Sancho didn't play today, so we couldn't salvage over him.
Anderson saying Mings look good today. Yeah, so Mings might have a good Euros in a because I mean he as Nico saying that the kind of player we would like, but I don't know, boy.
We need.
He maybe not fitting the profile of a Man United player, you know.
In your head, but on the field, he could do it.
Anderson saying Skriniar is good in 3 at the back.
Yeah, he is. I think that's how it plays anyway. That's how it plays anyway. So,
Devendra saying our scouting system in a mess. Well, watch man. He's saying watch how Leicester City scouting and how their deals are done.
Exactly.
Sumari. Here now.
Yeah, for fun.
Envy them, you know.
Yeah.
We have scouts and we will go and sign the most obvious player, you know. You tell them you're three right backs in the world.
Yeah.
We'll go and sign Wan-Bissaka and then come in again now. Yeah.
Well, let's get Castagna and them fellas and the other player that they had. Who's the player who did like him?
Ricardo.
Yeah, right?
No, but you gotta look at it too. When Mourinho was in charge, he was trying to bring Lucas Campos, I think is his name. That is
Lucas Ocampos, I don't know, yeah.
Yeah.
He decent. He really decent.
And he literally Lille they like had they scored real good players and they sell them for plenty money. Like Pepe, I can't name them, but there's a good few of them, and we was looking to bring him and they was like, nah, he not necessary. I think he's a good stuff.
Yeah. He was good. And I guess I don't know. I really don't know. Other clubs do it and it benefiting it bearing fruit, and we just choosing to go after the most obvious, expensive overpriced players. So I right now I agree with Devendra. I don't trust. I don't think it's the scouting network or it's just the people as Christian was saying, it's just the people who's supposed to say, well, okay, I see who are a scout, yes or no.
It's a bit of both, honestly, because you have the people who are supposed to be doing the homework on the players that we're looking at, and then they're looking at other players that could be alternatives, and then you look at it, and then everybody go be watching over the hot new prospect that are coming out, and they say, all right, United can put all eggs in that basket, and now have something as a fallback plan that they could use later on. And then the person that they look at the scramble to get when their number one target falls through is the cheapest alternative that nobody even look at. Because even in the situation with Fred, as much as everybody will say that they know Fred not all that bad, when they did the deal with Shakhtar Donetsk, the president of Shakhtar was like, why are you spending so much money on Fred? I have so much better players that you can get for less money. So that just goes to show that that a lot of the different boards, a lot of different transfers that we do, men gain finesse out there, Dread. We gain level finesse when we make every transfers, and as you kind of think is them laughing to the bank when they realize they do a deal to you though. That's how bad it looks.
No,
You
but
can imagine Leicester right now. Jeez.
Still spend another 80 million.
Now,
I think-
mind you, Leicester still had a suck salt because they ain't seen no Champions League since they sell Maguire.
No, but I think one of the problem is with Fred and then we I don't even think we was in for Fred, but City was scouting him and we just wanted a game over City because we do that same thing with Sanchez. We wasn't in for Sanchez and
That's
City
exactly
wanted
what we
him and
did.
just went and game. So yeah.
But why we didn't do that with Ruben Diaz though?
He was linked, but typical
Exactly.
thing. We never make the deals when they know we're linked with our player.
Hey. Look, Mahrez. Why we couldn't have been Mahrez?
Let me get some more comments here, guys.
would have done good with us.
And he would have been nice for the right side, Nico.
Exactly, that'd been what we needed.
Exactly. And cheaper too.
King, I'm really pre-saying yes, but Maguire plays on the left side defense. Y'all ever see him play on the right? Well, that is a good point. I never see Maguire play on the right side.
But
He did for England in the World Cup, huh? He did for England in the World Cup.
Nah, he played on the left.
Greg. He played on the left. Check back that again. He played on the left.
All right, I'll check it.
I think he should start up on the right. I want to see him on the right side. I want to see him on the right side. Like he play Mings on the left.
For 2018 World Cup, he played in the middle. They played a back three with Walker as the right centre back and Stones as the left centre back.
Oh yes. So that's right. I forget Walker was a centre back in our formation.
Okay. But even for Leicester, he was playing the left centre back. So I mean,
and even when England play with two in the back, he has been the left and he has been the left side.
Yeah.
Now with that friendly when they was playing, I think Stone was on the left, huh?
This for this set of friendlies here.
Yeah, had a game where you
remember Maguire. Yeah, but Maguire didn't play because he injured.
No, prior to the injury.
Right.
Okay. Joey saying, hey. yeah, man. Yeah, but Greg, we can still bring it up. We had to talk about it.
Yeah.
And this is saying the problem is the same problem as before. We never really replacing a good centre mid. First we take a while to replace Keane. Now we're taking us a while to replace Carrick. Very good.
Facts.
Very good.
Very good facts.
Let me just get through these comments real quick. Davendra saying Ed had the final say after scouts. Now no one knows. I think it's Muto.
Yeah, Muto is the man to take it.
Hey Dwayne, welcome buddy. Thanks for joining. He's saying good night.
Good night.
Mings is a great Smalling upgrade. Sorry to say. If you want a proper world-class centre back, you have to go outside. The days of Terry and Ferdinand of our era that we can depend on is dead as a centre back. Fergie even went foreign for a proper centre back. Nemanja Vidic. Yeah, no doubt.
All right, Dwayne, all right.
Good point. Jody's saying, hey, we win in the.
All right, no problem.
All right, Jody. All right.
Let's put somebody who will play the ball next to him, and let's put Fred to win the ball, and just to give that player.
Oh God, hey.
So let me just read two articles. From two articles on the last two ins I have here. Ins, and then we'll go into the outs, right? So as it relates to the goalkeeping department, Sergio Romero, has been released by Manchester United. So most of us would have known that, right? And his comments says that I was let go by United, and we are working to see where I could play next season. Thank God I have several offers in Europe. The clubs who are after me, are all in Europe. So we'll see what's the best option. So that's the end of Sergio Romero at Man United. He is now gone. Manchester United are closing in on signing Tom Heaton as a free agent, right? But the 35-year-old will undergo his medical later in June, and the deal will be announced on the 1st of July, right? So that is one in and one out. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, to me, they're really, I think Heaton, I think we Henderson looking like the number one, and Heaton would definitely be a backup. And maybe he might provide a bit of competition in training, but I think if that is, if that is how it goes, that's how it goes.
Well, all right. Well, before we go any further, I just want to say all the best to Sergio Romero in his future endeavors, because you can't hate him, man. He never really complained. He never really said anything in any bad taste about Manchester United. So, and a lot of us have very fond memories of his time in goal for us. He was very capable. He was very complete in the way that he played whenever he played for us. So, and you will always be remembered for the run that he had for us in the Europa League to win the trophy in 2017 under Jose Mourinho. So I will never have anything bad to say about Sergio Romero. It's just I just don't appreciate how things were handled in the situation. But like you said, all you can do is wish for the best. As regards the whole thing with signing Tom Heaton, I ain't really too impressed about it. I mean, I get he is a former Man United product because he came from our academy, so he understands the club. But this is just basically what it is. It's like you're bringing it in, and you basically had a phase out Lee Grant to go into probably be the goalkeeping coach role, and that is it. Yeah, it's still at Joel Pereira, who's supposed to be released soon, I think, as well too. So yeah, that too. He'll work as a substitute assistant. I know, he basically a jack of all trades, a master of none. But it's one of those things where you just have to look at it as okay. At least they're trying to say, okay, we're doing some sort of business.
Kristen?
No, well, I think they were looking at Sam Johnstone because I don't know if they here want to leave or both Henderson and they here want to be number one, and whoever they choose, the other one will want to leave. And I think they want too much for Johnstone, so like that is why they're going after Heaton. And I think Grant, well, Romero done leaving, and I think Grant they're trying to get one new contract, but they're not really looking towards that. So I think Heaton already coming to be backup. He might be third choice. Joel Pereira again released too.
Before you go on, right? Well, if they're going for Sam Johnstone, right, then Johnstone will end up being number one because Johnstone had Henderson for the England national team. So if you go for Johnstone, it's real chaos.
No, because you take the words right out of my mouth because I was commenting that because hear this, right? Now, before I go to the whole Johnstone matter, let me just bring some humor, right? Because from what I read, Tom Heaton says his intention is to challenge for number one anyway. So, right. So this whole Sam Johnstone thing, right? I have been all in all, I love De Gea, right? I believe in De Gea. I don't think he should go, right? My thing is this, right? I hear people rating up this Dean Henderson fella, and I saying the boy have potential, and I ain't saying he ain't good. But people looking at De Gea and saying, well, De Gea can start for Spain, right? But this highly rated young fella, right, in Dean Henderson, in all the friendlies England play up to now, Dean Henderson and get a shout. This is Sam Johnstone's first call up to the national team. And the man get a game and Dean Henderson and get a game yet. Let me read it right on the wall now. All I saying.
Yeah, They had to train more for penalties, man. Oh gosh, at least.
Yeah. We had known De Gea was never no big shot stopper. That game was never supposed to reach penalties, and all I don't want to go back there. That's the thing. Right? But the point is, you see this whole, and I mentioned it in our previous review. You see this thing about English players wanting to push through the English mafia wants to push through English players. Or we getting tied up with that thing and we can push through Dean Henderson and sell the here and you pay for that.
I feel
That's my
we pay for
opinion.
that. Yeah, possible. I doubt it.
No, but
Again,
Let me just get some
I
comments
just go
here.
back. Gareth Southgate tax for that as regards that whole thing with Dean Henderson, though. But whatever.
Joey saying not just Romero De Gea, as everyone else forgetting, but Man United only might have to go into learn. Yeah.
He went to learn with Lukaku. Or? You think he went to learn with Lukaku? Or?
Nah, I think it was right for Lukaku to leave.
Right.
I think it was right for Lukaku to leave.
I think with a player like Bruno Fernandes, Lukaku will look amazing for. Because he's a fox in the box, he score. Rashford and him throw it too much. I find.
I think Lukaku just needed to leave Man United because everything was just going downhill for Lukaku at that point in time.
The fans are ready to turn on him.
Even in Mourinho, you know, even when Mourinho was there, you was seeing Lukaku, it just wasn't working. It just wasn't working. And I think he needed to go.
Mourinho set him up. Mourinho set him up because he tell him man to bulk up and get heavy. And then when you go to Inter now, you discover you have an issue with the stomach and you only putting on mass. If we really had a proper fitness regime that was in place at the time, we probably would have been able to save something and he might have looked better in that last season. But that's just spilt milk. That's spilt milk now.
Let's see how Pogba for the Euros in some of them friendlies.
Quality.
No, but in terms of fitness, the man look fit. The man look like he lose weight. What does we do in United, boy?
Which emphasizes my point on Lukaku even further. But like I said, spilt milk.
Jody saying the writing on the wall ream is Harry wants Henderson more than De Gea. Harry Maguire.
Most likely.
English. Davindra also saying English media will always push English players over the other players. That's very correct.
Luka Modric did say that. Luka Modric did say that.
So guys, we've more or less covered the ins. I don't know if you have any other ins that you all may know about. What is a little bit hurtfully shocking and surprising for me is that I have not seen any links with any midfielders. Right for us.
I saw one today, Reams.
Go through.
Neves.
Will you see that?
Neves from Wolves.
Yeah. Come on, Neves.
No, all over the
news. All over the news right now.
All I hear about that? Gregory Crystal.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's been some faint reports, but nothing concrete.
That's all over the news.
Wolves have to sell some players, and he is like one of the most prized assets. So they're looking to.
Mm-hmm.
I read
he linked to United and Arsenal.
I read he was right. That's why I read it was Arsenal, not United.
Yeah, United now.
Joey said that
again, I don't get too hyped.
The only other midfield talk I was hearing, there's two other midfields I was hearing was linked with that 1.2. Like I said, also going back to the whole thing with Inter owing us money, so they were looking to probably offload and give us Marcel Brozovic to kind of balance out the wages. And then the second person I was hearing was somebody from the Dutch Eredivisie. I think he's playing for AZ Alkmaar. A fellow named Tune Koopmeiners. I think he was on the verge of making Holland's national team for the Euros, but he was cut out because I think he didn't make the cut. Frank de Boer didn't carry him. But he fits the profile as regards the position that we need him because he can play he's a ball playing defensive midfielder, and he had over about 13 assists in this last Eredivisie season and about 5 goals. So that's not a bad return in itself.
All right. So guys, I think we covered, that would have been.
Kristen had something.
Go through.
I think I saw a rumor with Saul Niguez, but I don't know how true it is.
Yeah, that's every season not coming up. Every season not coming up.
Yeah. And you go see me in the Bayern Munich.
Wouldn't surprise me. Right.
You all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. I just have to change headset. All right, so
So we kind of over time. So we'll do for the outs. We'll just touch on one out. Well, actually two outs, right? I'll just read something that I have here on Pogba because I read that from Sky Sports that Man United have opened talks with Pogba's representatives over a new contract. Right? Pogba has 1 year left on his current deal, and there have been initial discussions over an extension. So and the thing about it is if we don't sort Pogba out, we can lose him for free again. Right? So I think it's important to really get this thing sorted out, whether we want to keep him or because Pogba or cash in. But if Pogba bad mind, Pogba could allow his contract to run down, and we could and work for free. Because that arrangement will help his
salary.
Yeah. And the other one, I think Gregory had mentioned it. But before I go into that one, how you all feel about Pogba staying? What are your thoughts on Pogba staying? Kristen?
Well, I really like Pogba, man, talented and thing, but like sometimes he needs to be consistent because he does look good. Sometimes like amazing, and sometimes you want to know what's going on with this man. And I think it's all down to happiness. I don't feel he happy at United. Because his agent is always talk about wanting to leave, and then they talk to his brother is always he want to play for Barcelona or Real Madrid. And so I don't think he wants to be here, but like I would want him to stay because he might like a player.
And you want to have that kind of quality in your team, eh?
Yeah, you need that kind of quality in your team.
Greg?
I'm watching the whole situation now. I think mainly the Real Madrid linked to it mainly when Zidane was there. So now that Ancelotti's in charge, I'm not too certain about that move even happening, but there's probably a chance he may renew. If he stays, it would be good, but it also depends on the supporting cast that he has around him. Because if you look at the way he plays for France, you look at the quality of the players that he has around him, like the Kantés and other players that play different roles with him. You get to see a different side of him and see him excel. So once you know you have the right quality of players around him to allow him to have that freedom to be as creative as he is accustomed being, you will get the best version of Paul Pogba. I don't think it's anything about him not being happy at United, because you see him very jovial. You see him being able to be one of the happiest characters within the dressing room at times. It's just a matter of the way things go for him within the season. So once you do that and you see him in the best frame of mind, you will get the best version of Paul Pogba in my book. So if he stays, that's only a plus for us as regards challenging for the league.
Pay the money. Pay him.
Yeah.
What, Nico?
Sign the thing.
I think the only time you really see Pogba unhappy is when he played in the defensive midfield role. Anytime Pogba played as an attacking player, Pogba is the happiest player on the field. In attacking role, Pogba is the happiest player on the field. So to me, to really get the best out of Pogba, we had to get somebody, with quality to play behind him. And if we do get that, and then we keep him, but we want to play him deep, then we wasting him. If we keep in Pogba, we had to consistently play him in the higher positions. If it is that because of Rashford had to play on the right, so be it. Or Rashford had to find somewhere else to play, so be it. But for me, I don't want to stray too much in terms of maybe why we lost this to Sevilla, but definitely we lack that quality from Pogba high up the field, and if Pogba has to stay, I hope that in his contract, play me high up the field. And if not, I want to go.
Yeah.
But definitely I want him to stay.
All right, nice. I think once they pay him, he go stay. On the game, him money, he go stay. Finally, and I know Gregory had mentioned it, right? There's a report on my boy Anthony Martial, right? They're saying he's been offered to Real Madrid on a season-long loan, with a fee and an option to buy. Martial's agent is trying to find him a new club this summer. Discuss.
If anytime Martial go to Real Madrid, he gonna bench for majority of the season. Because in fact, let me just even right. Anytime you go Real Madrid on loan, pal, you're gonna bench the rest of the season or for a majority of the season. That's my comment.
Go to Kristen.
No, but the man talented, but like he attitude, boy. He don't look like I watch Cavani. Cavani like 35 years, and Cavani running back in defense and thing. Martial though run back and thing, and like I think that is the kind of striker only one, and that is why he probably linked with a move. But talent wise, the man, he real good.
Greg?
Marcel comes across at times very, very emotional when it comes to the way that he plays. And you see a lot of games that he has to be in a particular mood to really perform properly. And I think as a striker, you always have to be up for it, especially if you're a number 9, especially if you're somebody supposed to be the focal point of an attack, especially for Manchester United. Like Christian was saying, Cavani is always switched on, is always looking for a position, is always aware of what's going on around him. With Martial, you see more winger tendencies than actual striker tendencies. He's a fella that doesn't mind cutting in from the left side, dribbling past 2 or 3 players, and then looking to shoot at goal, which isn't bad. But if you're going to be a number 9, you have to be adaptable to where you're being played and also find yourself in positions. If he's really going to Real Madrid, then it'll be a whole different change. Maybe he might be facilitating to go on the left side to probably play in ahead of like the Vinicius or them other fellas, because we know Gareth Bale. But as regards those situations, the only thing I can see is if he happened to go to Madrid, maybe it might be a make weight as regards like making a move for Rafael Varane. I speculate in here. I don't know what exactly the teams would necessarily.
This was a loan. This was a loan, a possible loan deal.
It could be, and then it could the whole thing could change in the matter of seconds. And say, hey, what's going on? We can get cash plus Martial. You give me Varane. that whole thing could change just like that. But if it so happens, I would like to see how that pans out. But if he does stay, I hope it's to show an improvement and actually fight to get more games under Oli. But I'm really on the fence with this whole situation because I don't know. He hasn't really helped his case this season.
Yeah, I tend to agree with Greg a little bit because I found it strange, and I think I had mentioned it before, right? Normally, when you're going to play in a final, you'd carry your entire team, We saw it happen when we played in the Europa League final under Mourinho. We had the injured Zlatan, Bailly, Shaw, Young, all of them were there. Now, whether it's COVID restrictions, which I don't think is the case in this instance, it didn't have any reason for him to not go, right, and be with the team, and support your team physically, right? But he just wasn't there. And also, Oli said that, Marcel would have been back for the last 2 or 3 games last season. And he was pictured training with the team, and he didn't play in any of the games. And if you look at Oli's track record, right, we saw it with Valencia, we saw it with Smalling, we saw it with Lukaku, right? These fellas would be fit, these fellas would be training, and he would always come and talk something about, the injured before he offload them, So when Marcel is my boy, but I love Man United more, right? And I still think that he kind of get unfair. Anyway, we ain't going, right? Okay, we all going.
Don't cry, Reem. Don't cry.
But I do think it kind of making some sense that probably Oli losing patience. I know Oli like Martial. He said it a couple times, but you go through a whole season at this level and perform. I could understand why the speculations come in, right? I'm still thinking that Martial will be there next season.
I think so too.
But how this season ended with what I just explained to you, that's what have me a little bit,
Okay. Fair enough.
Thinking about it. But I think that is rubbish rumors, and he'll be here.
They shouldn't be letting anybody go.
Yeah, we need Scott.
If you ain't bringing in a boy, you can't really sell players. So.
Yeah.
We need to get rid of Phil Jones.
Yeah,
definitely. That is one for sure.
Contract up yet?
So
guys, he like a part of the furniture anyhow. But yeah, go ahead, Reem.
So let's wrap it up. So Christian, let me get some closing thoughts, on the transfer situation with Man United, and let's wrap it up.
Well, I feel like Sancho coming for sure. I don't really know about anybody else, but I mean, if you're getting Varane, 50 million, I'm taking him. Without a doubt, I think they should go for it. But as always say, he could be taking for a new contract. But if he available for 50 million, I'm taking him. Yeah. And anybody else after that, Yeah, I good. Once it's strengthening the squad, yeah.
All right, nice, nice.
Sorry guys, I
Okay.
had a cut out real quick. Just something came up there, but just to say, I hope we really do land the targets that we need, and hopefully the season coming we see an improvement as regards our challenging for the title. So yeah, I have to run unfortunately. So guys, this was a good discussion. Y'all enjoy the rest of the evening, okay?
You too, man. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Nico.
Yeah, as we was saying, maybe Sancho, getting Sancho in the door, that would be good to me. As if the Neves rumor pick up some steam, I think that would definitely strengthen our team. That is one that we would definitely welcome. And centre back in, although I like the Mings, but all right, Dwayne would have said that, just upgrade a Smalling. So, maybe a Pau Torres, if we get, because to me, I definitely think we need a centre back, So if we get those three targets, the Sancho, Neves, and a proper centre back, I think we will have a excellent window. I think otherwise, I think we have enough quality to complement what we have.
Yeah. Well, I am of the hope that we don't extend the Sancho thing too long, because I mean, as we mentioned before, we could only do one deal at a time. I don't know why. All right. So the faster we could get Sancho wrapped up, we could focus on other areas that we really know that we need to improve on, because I mean, Sancho only solving one issue, right? We have more than one issue in the team. And I believe that this is the season where we need to get an central midfielder, whether it's a defensive midfielder or another midfielder who could play in a double pivot that will be more quality now, right? And a centre back, right? Those are three positions that I think are priority. And I really hope that we could get these things done quickly. I don't like the dragging. I don't like the sagas. And I don't know why that sagas and Man United, always in the same sentence. I don't like it at all. I want to know that when Oli going with the team in pre-season, he have everybody he need, right? So that the team could get enough time to gel, so that we will go into the new season, with our chemistry intact, ready. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I do believe that Sancho will get wrapped up this week. I do believe that's what the report's saying from credible sources as well, So yeah, so that's why I'm looking forward for, and I hope we could get that done.
Yeah.
Last comment here given Jody saying, I honestly hope we get the player that we need to strengthen the team. Definitely, buddy. Because we want to challenge. So yeah. So guys, thanks again for joining. Thanks to Kristen for joining. It was good having you on, buddy. And we hope that we'll be talking again, for the upcoming season with the match reviews and stuff like that. All right. So everybody, thanks for joining, and we'll see you all on the next one.
Yeah, good night.